What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday today. We're on episode 2, and I got someone in the house with me, bro. If you can introduce yourself.
Kia ora, my name's Owen. Owen Draper. Originally from Tokoro, born and bred here. Went to school here, my whole schooling life.
Yeah.
And and I went to Otago in 2017. And I've been down there the last 4 years. And I graduated last year, and now I'm back home.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, before we get into what you're up to these days, in terms of your physiotherapist studies, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Bro, just something that we've taken, I guess, from the YKTR boys. Something that you're grateful for. Could be anything you like, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm grateful just for life, just being able to live.
Yeah.
And pretty much my parents. Yeah. Main two.
Nice, bro. Nice. I'm grateful for my truck at the moment because last week it wasn't working, but it's working today. So pretty grateful for that. Again, bro, you touch base. You're born and bred here in Tokoro. Schooling. What schools did you go to, bro?
Oh yeah. So primary, I went to North School.
Yeah.
So I live on North Side.
Yep.
So I just
Same.
walked down the road.
Hard.
And then I went to intermediate and then Tokoro High School.
Nice, bro. You spent all your years in high school at Tokoro High School?
Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. And then, I guess, what made you decide that you wanted to, I guess, go to Otago to study being a physio? Oh, actually, how did you even decide that you wanted to become a physiotherapist?
Oh, there was a couple of contributing factors, I think.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of gnarly injuries when I was younger, like quite young actually. Yeah, so like 15. Had like a back injury which affected like my left side.
Yeah.
So that was about 6 months. It was pretty bad. And then and when I was 16, I had a knee injury which is still like kind of bothering me today. So like I don't know, just having injuries young and then just being able to do some rehab through physiotherapy and then going back to school.
Nice, bro.
Going back to sports.
Yeah.
Being able to do that again, and it was like pretty rewarding. So I was like, oh yeah, I wanna. What if I could do that to other people? Back to what they wanna do.
Hard.
Yeah.
Because what sports were you playing in during your time?
Oh yeah, I was league and rugby.
Yeah.
Rugby on a Saturday, league on Sunday.
And you played a bit of touch as well.
Yeah.
Any other sports you were jamming?
Oh, no, not really.
Yeah.
Just a bit of kiorahi and all that
Oh,
stuff.
yes. Everything in between. Yeah. As you do when you're at
Anything with
school,
an
eh?
oval ball.
Yeah, hard. So you had the opportunity to go down to Dunedin. Why Dunedin, bro? Why did you go all the way to the South Island to study, being a physio?
Oh, I think, main thing is because I just didn't like Auckland.
Yeah.
But because Auckland and Dunedin are like the only two universities that do physio. Well, now the new Wintex come out in Hamilton, but that's kind of different. So like the diploma-wise, it was the Auckland, Dunedin.
Yeah.
And I just thought I'd give it a bit of a shot, go out of my comfort zone because I was always like in my comfort.
Yeah, hard.
And I just wanted to
Try something different.
For some reason, just wanted to just get out there. Right?
Yeah.
So, and,
that's the one.
and it was just Auckland was just a bit too close. I knew I'd always come home. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strategy going down there, so I wouldn't get to come home all the time and kind of make a life of my own. Yeah.
Nice, bro. I reckon that's pretty cool, bro. Because I think a lot of people would have went to Auckland because it was closer to home, eh? So for you to kind of understand, I guess, the benefits of moving down to the South Island and what you needed to kind of do for yourself, it was pretty mature at a young age, eh?
Definitely, I was mature at the time. Like I knew hardly anyone down there. Like I knew no one, and then had some support and stuff. But and then I just thought I'd be like, why not, bro?
Yeah, why
give
not?
it a crack, and then if it all goes to
crap,
then I'll just come back home.
Hard, eh? Hard. Bro, that's pretty cool. I guess then, how long were your studies, bro? How long were your studies? Was it pretty hard? And what kind of stuff did you need to kind of know about what you're getting into?
Oh yeah, so
just took it to that.
it was 4 years.
Yeah.
So firstly, get accepted to go into like a health science program, which is like pre-med.
Yeah. So is that the same stuff that the doctors do and all that sort of stuff as well?
So like anyone that wants to be a health professional, if it's like doctors, dentists, pharmacists and stuff like that, they all do health science, and then from there you have to have the grades good enough in your certain kind of areas to kind of branch off and go into your own profession. So that's what everyone does, and and then from there you just go into different professional degrees, and then and from there it was physio's 3 years from there. So
how was it? I guess your first day, like you're saying, you're walking in, and everybody that wants to do something in that sort of space is like all in one room. You're surrounded with future doctors and future physiotherapists and all that other stuff.
Yeah, it was quite daunting because they had this huge lecture theatre. Because the biggest lecture theatre in like Otago Uni, because you know there's so much people that do that health science. There was like 2,500 people that do it, and then
well, in the same time?
Yeah, in 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like that was 1 year, but the lecture theatres were like 500, and it was packed, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was packed as, and like hardly any seats available, especially with those first couple lectures, because everyone goes to the first lectures.
So what, did you have to go early to kind of get a seat, or what kind of person were you? What kind of student were you, bro? Or were you like more just as long as you're there, or?
Yeah, I was just like, as long I got there like maybe 10 minutes before, whatever, and I just found a seat. And then, no. It was funny because I just had like my hunting jacket on, and I didn't realize like it was actual, you know, people dressed up,
dressed nicely.
I was like, who's this hoary fella?
No,
I was like, oh crap, maybe tomorrow might not wear this.
Sorry, bro. You know, so in your class, I guess is it the same people every day?
So
sort of thing.
Yeah, so you have like streams. So you have like people that go to the lecture. It's pretty much your stream, but there might be the same lecture done later in the day.
Oh, okay,
so you can like go to that stream, and then you have a smaller sub group that you might have to do a lab every 1 2 weeks. So that was like that first year kind of thing. It's just all like science based, and it was really hard for me as well because didn't do any science at high school.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, so like all these people, you know, already know pretty much half the semester because I've done it at school, but I was like. Just didn't think to do it at high school because I was doing like, you know, PE.
Physical all that stuff. Hard. And I guess, bro, like in terms of like even myself when I was doing at school, I was doing a lot of PE as well. Yeah. But when it came to like the theory side, like the anatomy stuff, bro, I just couldn't get my head around some of the names of the body. Like, you know, like we all call it like the short stuff, like I guess your pec, your quad. Yeah. But what are the real like the proper word for, because there's only words for short, eh?
Yeah. Oh, then there's heaps like.
There's heaps, eh?
Lats,
yeah.
You know.
There's so many, eh? There's so many. So, did you have to know all that sort of stuff before you went down there, or did you find that you learnt more as you were doing it?
I don't know, because I think I just picked it up from like mum, because my mum's a physio.
I
forgot to mention that, guys.
You better say that, eh?
So mum's a physiotherapist here. She's been here for like 25 years. So,
oh, wow.
So she was also like, you know, a main driver for me, just seeing what she did, you know, how she got people back to, you know,
full strength.
Yeah, it was good to see. But then like, I just picked stuff up from her and learned words and stuff. So, and then it kind of the theory for PE, I kind of just got it. So it was quite easy for me. Yeah. But, you know, it was just interesting, I guess. Yeah. Because then but yeah, and then just over the course, like you just pick up like you know, stuff that you haven't heard before. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on that, I want to test you a little bit here. Right. I was looking up a little bit of words over here. All right, so I'm going to see if I can correct some of these stuff over here. All right, so this one here. All right. I've hurt my gastrocnemius muscle.
Gastrocnemius.
And where's that, bro?
It's in your calf muscle.
Nice.
Your big calf muscle.
That's good. You passed that one. All right. Your next one. This one here. Your what's this one? All right, bro. We're going to your next one here. This one here is your infraspinatus.
Infraspinatus.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Where's that one?
One of your 4 rotated cuffs on the shoulder.
Oh, nice, bro. You're pretty good. All right. All right, bro. This one here. All right. So I'm gonna put it into a scenario.
Yeah.
Put it into a scenario, okay, bro. So, this one here. What's this one? All right, bro. So I was at the gym, and I was pumping some weights, bro, and I hurt my teres minor and major.
So teres minor.
Yeah, that's teres minor.
Is on at the other rotator cuff of the shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Teres major is like just another muscle.
Nice.
It's just one. It's like does the same thing, but it's a little bigger.
Okay. So so that's the major one, eh? See, bro. So this one here, I was playing rugby, bro. Got tackled, and I twisted my leg, and I hurt my ligma. Nah, me, bro. You're pretty on to it, bro. You're pretty on. seeing if see if you were on to that. But that was pretty good. Bro, I guess one of the is being away from home, like you spoke about earlier, was a bit of a opportunity for you to get out of your comfort zone and try do something a little bit more independent. I guess, were there any hard times, any dark times? Obviously being down the South Island, it wasn't just a drive up home when you felt, like you needed some you time or to kind of connect back with your whānau. How did you deal with that sort of stuff, bro? And what kind of kept you going?
It was like definite dark times, especially in that first year. I don't know if it was just because I was really young. Like I was 18, being away from home. I didn't go into a hall, which most people did. Yeah. So I went into like an apartment kind of thing with my girlfriend at the time, and that thing didn't work out, so she ended up going home, which was like fine. We just weren't meant for each other.
Back to Toke?
Yeah, so she came back from here. Yeah. And then my grandfather passed away around the same time.
Right.
And then it was around Easter, so it was around this time. Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. So that was quite hard. And then I don't know, from then on it was just quite hard just to carry on. But the one thing that I did do was just I had made some really good friends, and they were just like always there for me. And they do say like support. If it wasn't for them, I would have went home. And I was a couple of times I was gonna come home, and I was ringing mum, and I was like crying, especially because the course was hard, man. Like, I couldn't even. Especially I just had no clue what to do most of the times, and everyone else just seemed so switched on. Yeah. And I didn't have the, I don't know, just knowledge, but it was just I pride myself on my work ethic kind of thing, so just soldiered through it, but then from that second semester it was just cruising, because I just had that work ethic and surrounded myself with friends with the same mentality.
Same. Yeah. So. Not mean, bro. That's pretty good, and that's important. Say that you do find your little support system, like you were talking about. Yeah. Because when you're by yourself, it'll get tough, and then like you said, you almost wanted to come home. So I'm grateful for some good friends down there, eh?
Oh, bro. Like I was living by myself, and then met a couple of boys. I don't know what it was, but they're all Māori from the North Island. And down there is not a big percentage of Māori or PI people down there. So I don't know what it did. We just all kind of gravitated towards each other. So I don't know what it was, but they're some of my best friends now. So
not me, bro. Hard, and it would be too. I guess when you're down there, you're focused on study. What did you do outside, I guess, of study? Like, did you play sports down there as well? Yeah. Did you, have work? What was some stuff that you did down there, bro, away from, I guess, your study, just to kind of clear the air?
Oh, we just, I did play league. I played, rep league and stuff, played for Otago down there, and also played, I was Premier Rugby, so I played that for a couple of years.
And how was your body? Like, how was your knee then?
Yeah, so it was actually fine for the first 3 years. Yeah. And then last year, kind of just halfway during the season, I just couldn't stay on top of it. So my knee, I've had it since I was like 16. Had surgery on it. The surgery's kind of failed now. It's just over time, just didn't kind of couldn't hold my knee. And I don't know if it was because I was just overused it or. Because that's my stepping leg,
It's the one, eh?
No.
It's the go-to knee.
My kicking leg, my stepping leg. So, it was quite hard to just... I could play, it's just managing it, the going after the game, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It just swelled up, and I couldn't do much, bend it or anything like that. It was just, and it wouldn't be till Thursday, Friday, Saturday that it would be fine. It's just become a chore morning thing just to get my body right. So so that was just last year, but the other 3 years I was just playing as much as I could, and it was me.
Did you ever find it too, when you're going to, I guess, your league team or your rugby team, and they were like, "Oh, bro, Owen's here, he knows how to strap. Can you strap up the boys?" Did you have to? Were you ever in that position where they were like, "Bro, can you strap us up?" Sort of thing, because they knew you were going for physio.
Oh no, it was more I kind of put myself in that position, especially last year, because I just decided I was not going to play anymore. So then I stayed around with our rugby team and just helped with the strapping, helped our physio out. But then the league and stuff, because it's quite it's not as it's not very popular down there, the league. But so I just just helped out the physio that did do it, because he was doing 4 teams kind of thing. He was doing the whole comp, because the comp was all in one place. So I just helped him out when I could. So it was,
and I guess now that you're back home, are you doing a bit of placement here in Tokoro?
Yeah. I would. So
in terms of your physio, and also, are you with a team you're talking about? Do you have anyone that you cater to?
Yeah, so Surf hit me up probably like middle of last year.
Yeah.
So they were just like, oh, you keen to just get on board? And even if you play or be physio or whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah, keen as. And they're like, oh, if you do physio, we'll pay you. I was like, oh, yo.
Extra
Yeah,
pocket
extra
money,
cash,
thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing that. I'll probably start that next weekend, this weekend coming. So
Yeah, yeah.
from
Because
then
their preseason just gone. Did you go to that one? Or?
Nah, they got another, like a tournament in Hinuera. So
Yes, that's right. I heard about that.
So
Yep.
I'll be there, and from then Saturday onwards.
Cool, bro.
hang
Cool.
out then, yeah.
I guess for everyone out there as well, like even with myself, when I hear physiotherapists, I always think about sports, strapping, you know, because with all the sports in that we've played over the years, massage.
That's all everyone thinks.
Bro, what's your kind of ideal field in terms of physio? Because there's obviously different ones. Are you a sports therapist, bro, or do you see yourself somewhere else?
So originally, when I thought about physio, like everyone does the same thing. Like they think about sports, massage or whatever. And I thought the same thing. I was like young to be a sports physiotherapist and stuff. Go down there, work with a team, as you do. Young sportsman. And then but then the more I got in, like once I got into actual physio course, the more like I learned and stuff. It was just so much more. So physiotherapy is about rehabilitation. More so helping people overcome the injuries or something going on with their body, but I realised that helping them get back to their just general people having injuries, getting them back to just doing their normal day life. That's probably more rewarding than strapping a sports player and then being like, and they're like, yeah, sweet, shoppo, and then you just don't get the get the respect and the gratitude, I guess. But then I worked with. I'll just carry on. I'll go through the things. So I love stroke rehab. So people have had strokes. So, it's quite debilitating. Having a stroke, and that's kind of neurological conditions and stuff. But physios are very vital in their kind of rehab, recovery. And stuff. So I had a patient when I was on placement. I was into my neuro placement. And was working with him. He had a stroke, had like hardly anything in his left arm, like nothing in his left ear, like couldn't move it. Had lost his speech, stuff like that. And then working with him for like 6-7 weeks, he was able to kind of from being like in a wheelchair, not able to move. Because of my help, I was able to get him walking with like a walking stick. And,
bro.
He was saying words, and so like that was just that was probably the turning point. I was just like, oh.
This is what I want to do now.
This is it, and I kind of had that feeling going, before that, but that was like the turning point. I was like, sports physio is it's overrated.
Yeah, you're right, bro. It is more rewarding too to see somebody recover from, I guess, like you said, like a stroke or anything that they've kind of been in an accident. And if you can play a part in their recovery, bro, and to them living a better life in terms of where they were 5 weeks ago or a couple of weeks ago, bro, it's definitely something to feel proud of, bro. So too much on that. Hopefully, we get to see you working around in this area a lot often. I guess, how long are you here for with your placement?
I'm working, so I'm employed at the clinic, physio clinic. Still, I'm on just like 1 year at the moment, and I'll just take it from there. I'm not sure if I might end up back in Dunedin or might stay around for a bit longer. I'm not sure yet. But my ultimate goal is to come back in this sort of region and have some sort of goal.
Have you ever thought about being like a what do you call it? So how like that kind of physio that kind of like goes around, like you're like traveling.
Oh yeah.
You know how they have like mobile?
Yeah.
Like a mobile. I say like you have your own truck and you're like just going around.
So there's like
stuff like that. You'd be
do vocational stuff. Get a little bit more money, but I'm not really interested about the money. That's not the reason why I came to it. But I just like the kind of the settled people come and see you. And then they come see you and then you help them through their rehab and stuff instead of. I guess it would be the same thing. I don't know, not very interested in it, I guess.
Hard, eh? Some people just want to, just be there and they come to you, eh? Makes it easier. I guess, bro. What's one of your highlights then in terms of the last 4 years that you've been studying into your placement now? If there is one.
For like studies or just general life?
Just in general. I guess just in general.
I guess studying is cool and that, but I guess it's just the new people I met. There's just so much people I met down there that I would have never encountered ever. So I've got like a whole nother life down there now. So it's pretty much half of me. So I guess that's probably the highlight. I know it's not a very specific moment, but just the people I met on the way.
Yeah.
So people are deciding to go down and they're scared because they're alone. It's definitely doable. Because there's heaps of people down there. And,
Yes, bro. And you meet a lot of good people too.
Yeah, definitely.
5 years from now, bro. 5 years. I guess we touched a little bit on it before, but 5 years, where do you see yourself, bro?
Oof. So, 5 years. Ultimately, I don't know if it'll take 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, but ultimately, I want to kind of open a multidisciplinary centre. So it's like places with, like a centre somewhere in Toka, somewhere in like our community like this, that has not just physios, but a doctor, and like other professions, and working together, in this kind of centre, and we can, people feel comfortable coming to us, especially these little communities like ours in Tokoroa and stuff like that. We need that kind of thing. So that's the ultimate goal. I don't know if it'll be 5 years, like I said, but 5 years, hopefully I'm back here for good kind of thing, settled.
Nice, bro. Nice.
Wife, family, house.
Nice. Beauty. Advice, bro, to anyone who wants to obviously follow the footsteps that you've taken and get into some physiotherapy, bro. What's your advice to anyone, bro?
So if you're thinking to do anything kind of health related, it is a very demanding, rewarding profession. If you want to be a doctor, anything like that, physio, just give it a crack. You're not going to lose anything of it because of it. You're going to gain so much out of it. And even if you think you're too old to go study again, I think of it this way: you retire at 65. If you graduate at 30 or even 40, you graduate at 40, you still have 25 years of doing something you really want to do. So, just go do it. And then if it doesn't work out, that's totally fine. You can always come back home, do whatever.
That's right, bro. I remember because we had lunch a couple of weeks ago and we were talking about it. And it's funny because the other day I actually was messaging my mate and we were talking about studying, and guess because we were talking about telling him I want to be a teacher. Like if there's anything else, I wouldn't mind working as a teacher. That's always something I'll be passionate about, working with the youth. But about high school age, and we're talking about, I guess, he's like, oh, why don't you go for it? Why don't you do it? And I was just like, oh, bro, I don't have the time to study. Hey, it's about 4 years to study, I guess, for it. And then I had lunch with you that day. And then you said something to me that I was just like, made me look at it a little bit different. And you just said it before, but just, if you can just say that again so we can kind of get a better understanding.
So if you graduated studies at 40 and you retire at 65, that's like a whole 25 years of doing something you really want to do. If you say you don't have the time, you don't have the money, whatever. I worked. I was a part-time security guard at like a nightclub. So so it's definitely doable. And if you're over 25, you get an allowance for studies, so you get money for free pretty much. You don't have to pay it back. I got a loan, so I'm like 50k in debt, but, but that's okay.
That's a different conversation, bro.
But if you for example, you graduate 40, retire at 65. That's a long time doing something you really want to do, and you're gonna love your job. You're gonna be proud of you've worked towards it, and now you're putting your kind of teachings into your work and stuff.
And I guess it's probably the way a lot of us look at it, to be honest, is that like we're getting on in our age and we're like doing stuff now, but we're like, damn, I wish I was doing this, but it's like you got to study for it. And that's what I was saying. Oh, bro, I don't know, 4 years. But then like the way you put it, bro, was beautiful, bro, because it really what do you call it? It just made sense, bro. So so it made sense. If you're gonna retire at 65, you finish study at 40. You got 25. Like 25 is a long time. That's a long time. But at least you're doing something that you love. And then we touched base on that. So you'd rather be doing something that you love rather than something like, I don't know. You might not want to be doing laboring, but you're doing it because you didn't take that 4 year. I guess it's a bit of a risk. It's a bit of a sacrifice in that 4 year little bracket, but it's all worth it at the end of the day, bro.
It's all worth it. Like I didn't have the people say also that another excuse, I don't have the background knowledge to do that stuff, but I didn't. I came in straight from school, but I didn't do any science at school. I probably did a bit of bio.
Yeah.
That's about it. And the whole first year was about science, like physics, chemistry, and as long as you like really want to do it, your work ethic will just pull you right through. And yeah.
No, my man, I really was grateful for the conversation we had today. It was just pretty funny how it was just had that convo that morning, and then had lunch with you that afternoon, and it's just same day. So it must mean something, bro.
It
must be a sign.
It's a sign.
But bro, all the best for your future endeavors, bro. With your placement and what you got planned for yourself in the next couple of years. And hopefully we see you out there running again in the future, bro. And playing some 40. Otherwise, bro, definitely hit this guy up if you're keen to, I don't know, look after any of your injuries or have any injuries.
Injuries, if it's you just sore.
Yeah.
You think you have something going on with body. Even if it's not just the body, other things are going on. We treat all that kind of stuff. And so just come see us if you're not sure.
Bro. All the best, my man. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. And all the best.